Hi, Alan Phil, I'm back again. Hope you're well. I am about 4 or 5 years ago, actually probably longer than that, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I was in the UK and I had just had a really tough year in corporate life. And if you're in a job and you're watching this, you'll know exactly what I mean by one of the problems with corporate life is the more senior you get, the better you do, the less time you have for the important things in life, like your family and stuff outside of work. You know, you end up doing more and more hours. And this video is all about a really incredibly important word called overwhelm. Okay? And it's something that all of us have to handle at some point in business or in life. So what happened to me is I had this period of about a year where I was working 14-hour days and 12-hour days and 15-hour days. I was juggling a million balls. And then eventually I just needed some time off, and I had the excuse of going back to the UK from Australia for a wedding. And what happened is, within about 24 hours of arriving in the UK, my appendix sort of perforated and I ended up in hospital. And I ended up in hospital for about 4 or 5 days and then couldn't fly for 6 weeks afterwards because none of the airlines will let you fly after you've had surgery, which was kind of a bit of a bonus for me. And I realised that one of the reasons why my body had kind of rebelled as it did was primarily because I was carrying so much work, I was carrying so much stress, I was in overwhelm pretty much constantly and then firefighting like a lunatic that my body just couldn't keep up anymore. And as soon as I stopped, it literally fell over. So in that 6-week period, I really addressed some fundamental issues in my life, including what my life was all about. You know, what I really wanted out of life, and did I really want to be working in a job for the next 30 or 40 years and killing myself possibly in the process. And that's why I set up, you know, my own businesses online, and you've heard the rest of the story. So overwhelm is incredibly important as a business owner, because one thing that Dion and I hear a lot, particularly when I'm on stage, is, yeah, Alan, you're talking about this online strategy, you're talking about getting set up online and getting traffic to your website and all that kind of thing, but I've got a million other things to deal with. I'm overwhelmed, and quite frankly, it's just another thing on top of everything else, and I'm struggling. So we took that on board, and it's really important, though, that I kind of handle that in this video too. So one of my key success factors is that when I get downstairs and work from home, I concentrate on one thing and one thing only, and that is every morning I look at, well, what's going to make money today? Everything else behind that, whether it's doing administration, tax files and all that kind of stuff, and tax administration, whether it's dealing with emails, all of that is secondary to one simple thing, which is this question, what's going to make me money today? And that is what I do first. And whether it means picking up the telephone call and making a sales call, whether it's getting a deal with another website owner, whether it's sending out the emails that are going to bring in the next round of revenue, whatever it is, that's what gets handled first. And as a business owner, to stop you from getting trapped in overwhelm, dealing with stuff that keeps you busy but actually doesn't generate any revenue, that one tip that I've just given you, if that's all you do for the next few months, will make your life much, much easier. Now, on top of that, in a very practical sense, another thing that Dion and I have come up with, in the online toolbox, it will teach you how to do this stuff. It'll show you how to get up online quickly and easy. It'll show you how to get traffic to your website. It'll show you how to appear in a search on an iPhone. You know, if somebody Googles your business or business area in your local area, it'll do all of that. It's awesome. It's brilliant. But if you're really under the pump, we also have a done-for-you service, so that you can just drop us an email and say, look, I really want this to happen, you know, for me, but I genuinely don't have the time. So can you do it for me? So we created a done-for-you service. However, this is really important. We will do this for you and build everything, but it's still up to you to get the marketing up and running on your website. It's still up to you to use that traffic strategy to get some great conversion strategy on your website to build your list. It's up to you to take responsibility for that marketing pipeline, okay? We can only do so much, but we are not in the business of carrying you to the pot of gold. Now, I know you already know that, and I know that you're smart enough and mature enough to understand that. But I do need to state it because people, unfortunately, have been sold this claptrap from internet marketers that all they have to do is sit somewhere close to their computer, fart in its general direction, and suddenly money will come out the other side. That's just not true. It is a fundamental mistruth that's been perpetrated by people who want to make an awful lot of cash from gullible human beings. And I don't believe it for 1 second, and neither should you. What we say is we'll give you the structure, we'll give you the strategy that'll bring you the traffic to your site, we'll do all of that, but it's then up to you to take this amazing head start, to build on that head start, to bring sort of revenue and net new customers to your business. Okay, I think that's fair, and I'm sure you would agree that that's fair. So there you go. I thought I would talk about overwhelm. I'd talk about a way that you can overcome it in terms of dealing with one thing every day, the most important thing, which is generating revenue. And I thought I would share with you a strategy that Dion and I came up with so that we can handle a big chunk of that work for you, so it's not yet another thing that you have to deal with that adds to your stress and adds to your burdens. Okay, there you go. I'll leave it with you. It's a joy as usual to speak to you. Check out the other videos, pick up the free stuff on the toolbox, and go for your life. Best of luck with your business. Speak to you soon. God bless.